Hello everyone, I ARTI BAJAJ, faculty in MCA department from Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies. Today, I am going to deliver a lecture on array and string. Array. An array is a fixed size sequence collection of elements of the same size data type referred to by a single name. All the individual elements in the array are referred by writing a number called the index or the subscript, and it is right in a brackets after the array name. And in C, the array indexing start from the 0, so the first element in the array has an index 0. The ability to use a single name to represent a collection of items and to refer to an item by specifying the item number enable the programmer to develop the concise and efficient programs. An array can be used to represent a list of numbers or a list of names. Some examples where the concept of array can be used are the list of customers of a bank, marks secured by a student of a class, list of employees in an organization, price list of the products. An array is one of the data structure available in C because of its convenient structure for representing the data. Declaration of an array. Like any other variable, array must be declared before they are used so that the compiler can allocate the space for them in the memory. The general syntax for the array is defined as like type variable name and in brackets the size of the array, where type defines the type of the element that will be contained in the array, for example int, float, char, etc. And the size, it indicates the maximum number of elements that can be stored inside the array. For example, float price in the brackets 100. It defines the price of an array which contain the 100 float elements. Again in the declaration like int marks in the brackets 100, where it defines the marks in an array of 100 integer elements. In addition to the integer constants, the integer valued expression can also be inside the brackets to reference a particular element of the array. The declaration of an array involves the type of the element that will be contained in an array such as int, float and etc. The declaration like int values in bracket 10 would reserve enough space for an array called the values that could hold up to the 10 integers, and for it referred to like in the given picture you can see values 0 to values 9. Some examples of array declaration are like int roll in brackets 50, float rate 25, char name 30, which is also used as a string. So, no bound checking is done in C. That means when we refer to an element outside the declared size limit of an array, C will not cause an error, rather it might result in an unpredictable program result. For example, if we define int array of size 5 and if we declare array 6 equals to 0, will not give an error even if the size of the array is less than the size it is declared. Next is initialization of an array. We can initialize the elements in the array in the same way as the ordinary variables when they are declared. The general form of initialization of array is type, array name, then in brackets size equals to in the curly braces list of the values. The value in the list here separated by the commas, for example int number in brackets 3 equals to in the curly braces 3 different values like 0, 0, 0, which you can see in the picture. So, it will declare the array of size 3 and will assign 0 to each element if the number of values in the list is less than the number of elements. And only that many elements are initialized, the remaining elements will be set to 0 automatically. In the declaration of an array, the size may be omitted. In such cases, the compiler allocate the enough space for all the initialized elements. For example, the statement like int counter in the brackets equals to in the curly braces 4 different values. It will declare the array to contain 4 elements which initial values with the 1. This approach works fine as long as we initialize every element in the array. Some examples of the array initialization are char vowel in the brackets 5 equals to in the curly braces a, e, I, o, u. All these are the 5 different variables which is declared in the data type char. So, array elements like ordinary variables will not initialize that contain the garbage values in their location. The initialization of array in C suffer from 2 drawbacks. The first one is there is no convenient way to initialize only the selected elements. The second is there is no shortcut method to initialize the large number of elements. Next is types of array. Array is basically defined in 2 different types. The first one is one-dimensional array. Single or one-dimensional array is used to represent and store the data in a linear form. Array having only one subscript variable is called the one-dimensional array. It is also called as single-dimensional array or the linear array. Second is multi-dimensional array. Array having more than one subscript variable is called multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array is also called as matrix. It is of 3 different types: 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array and 4-dimensional array. Here we are discussing 2-dimensional array. 2-dimensional array is nothing but array of array. At times, we need to store the data in the form of tables or the matrix. For this, we can use the 2-dimensional array. This array is specified by using 2 subscripts where one subscript is denoted as the row and the other one is denoted as the column. It is also viewed as an array of array. The syntax for 2-dimensional array is defined as data type, name of the array, in the brackets row size and in the next bracket column size. That's all about arrays and strings. So I hope you understand the lecture. Thank you very much.